Was it a bad look for the NFL? Yes.
Skip.
With so much public gambling now, so much legal gambling on football, does it smack of, was that fixed? Yeah, it smacks of that. It's so bad that it's like, what was up there?
Okay, so what do you think will happen if the people in the stands don't see a flag and no one at home sees a flag, and then that referee opens up his microphone and says, we have a pass interference or we have a holding call? What do you think they're going to think then?
Off this play?
No.
The world would have stood in their living rooms applauding.
No, Skip. This play is over. I'm saying moving forward.
Okay.
You said that's what you want now. So I'm going to the here and the now.
Okay.
No flag is thrown on the field. Nobody sees a flag, and then the referee opens up his mic and says, we have pass interference on the defense.
But you're missing the point. Everybody saw the non-call. Everybody wanted the flag that wasn't thrown. So if the referee suddenly announces, we have a ruling from upstairs that we missed that call and it was pass interference.
Who made that call upstairs?
You mean which guy? Because it come from New York. It could be Al Riveron. It could be Goodell. I don't care. It could be anybody.
Rest his soul. What did Al Davis tell you about that call in Foxborough? Who did it come from?
Okay, but that was opposite the other way. That got changed, right? You were talking about the Tuck rule call.
Yes.
When obviously, and I'm a big Brady fan, but he fumbled.
He
And the game was over.
Right.
And it got overturned by the quote-unquote Tuck rule, which nobody has yet to explain to me how that was the Tuck rule.
Right.
Well, he didn't bring it back. He'd already pumped
it and brought it down.
And he took it back up to this position to throw it, and Woodson just clocked him from the blind side, and the ball is free, and the Raiders recover, and the game is over in the snow and fire. I was there.
Yes.
And
I went to bed after Woody made him fumble, and then I woke up the next morning and everybody's talking about the Patriots won. I'm like, how? How did they win the game? They had no timeout. They had no timeouts left. And then they changed the rule.
Okay, and then Al Davis pulled me aside at the next training camp, and he said, you know what happened? They got a call from Tagliabue in New York or wherever he was at the point, who said, that's the Tuck rule. Because Al said he didn't want Al to advance.
Skip, it's just hard for me to believe that after one of the most egregious calls that we've seen in NFL, that they're going to make a wholesale change to the replay system, and then what's going to be reviewed.
Even what I'm proposing is not wholesale. It's just fail-safe. It's just somebody with a playoff game on the line. Heck, even if you just make it the NFC and AFC championship games, you got to have some way out of this.
But Skip, here's the thing. Because you play so few, this is why another reason people love the NFL. Because every game is important. This is not 162. This is not 82. So even a regular season game, it could be the difference between someone missing or making the playoffs. So you just want to institute this come playoff time.
I'm trying to tiptoe into this.
No.
There's not
Either you can swim or you can't.
Okay, but the owners don't want to swim.
No.
They want to tiptoe. They want to just stick their toe in the water.
Jerry understands.
There have been proposals where they'd say, let's just try this for 1 year and see how it goes.
Right.
So maybe that would happen, but I don't think even that'll happen.
But see, as you mentioned, Jerry is in charge of what committee?
He has been the TV. I don't know if he is anymore.
So, and that's really the money committee.
I'd say.
Because that's where the big bucks and no whammies come from.
Biggest bucks.
So, Sean, all you got to do is call Jerry. Because normally what happens, when they want something to happen, Skip, it really takes like 2 or 3. Normally get Jerry Jones on the line. You get Mr. Kraft on the line. You get a Dan Snyder on the line. It's about 3 or 4 guys that can move the pendulum amongst those owners. And when they say, okay, this is what we want, this is how it is. Okay. So all Sean Payton has to do is get Jerry, but you already know what Jerry's already said about it. And John Mara said the same thing. It's an imperfect game. We can't have a perfect situation. So it's an imperfect game played by imperfect humans, but you want the officials to get all the calls perfect.
Okay.
He froze.
But it is the National Football League.
Yes.
Correct.
We love the National Football League.
We do.
We want it to be as perfect as it can be, and it's not quite there.
It'll never be there.
As he says, with this Sean Payton, with all the technology we have available now, our fans are closer to the game. Our fans are way more in tuned and educated as to the correct calls in a game. They are on hair trigger on Twitter, on IG, on Facebook. Hair trigger to say, Yes or no?
Yes.
And Jerry Jones cannot argue successfully to me now that controversy helped sell his Super Bowl, because I don't think it did. I think that call hurt the Super Bowl ratings.
This is what I think hurt the Super Bowl ratings, was poor offense on both teams' part.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question, Skip. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that game comes down to a last-second field goal. It's 34-31. Do you believe, honestly, you got the worst rating in the past decade in a 34-31 ball game?
I do.
I do not.
Because I do think there's Brady Belichick burnout, number one. And I do think that a lot of people were turned off by this and said the wrong team went to the Super Bowl. And I'm talking about the fringe fans who don't really care. But when they see that happen in the championship game, well, the Saints should be there. Well, those are the fans who think the Saints would have given Tom Brady and Belichick a much better game, because Drew Brees and Sean Payton would have scored a lot more than 3 points on Bill Belichick.
Would they have stopped Coach Belichick from scoring more than 13?
Don't say Belichick. You mean Tom Brady?
That offense.
Don't give it to Belichick. He has nothing to do with that.
Would they have stopped the Patriots from scoring more than 13?
Probably not. You would have gotten your higher scoring game. So again, it's Drew Brees. It's not Sean McVay with his puppet on the field.
And one of the highest rated games, 2 of the 5 highest rated games was what? The Sunday night game, New England, Kansas City. What was the score of that game, Skip? The Monday night game, Kansas City and the Rams. What was the score of that game? If I'm watching a game...
Just pick any Cowboy game and...
Man, ain't nobody talking about the game. Ain't nobody talking about no Cowboy.
It didn't even matter what the score was.
I'm not sure.
You can't even remember the score of the Cowboy games, and they're all at the top.
See what I'm saying?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I'm just giving you facts.
This is why we can't have nice things. Because every time we try to have nice things, Skip,
this is not a nice thing.
No, we can't have nice things because you ruined it.
Having a nice thing to start with.
We were. And then you ruined it with the Cowboys. This is not about the Cowboys. This is about this. And Sean Payton needs to move on, Skip.
Yeah.
You got to give him 1 point where he said, we put so much effort as coaches and players into this, 18 and 20 hours a day, that you have to have full-time refs, because I loved what he said. There's too much at stake. She wrote, for someone who's a teacher at school, who's a florist or an attorney. A florist? You don't want a florist?
I mean, he don't went too. I mean, yeah. I mean, he don't go too far. Now I don't think there's any florists.
A florist? I don't think so. But they don't have full-time refs. Why, Mr. Sharpe?
I ain't gonna pay you.
They don't want to pay them.
Exactly.
Right.
Why am I gonna pay you full-time when you only working a 20-week work week, a work year?
So
I'm not paying you that.
Live with it, right?
No, I don't like that. Because look, and here's the thing. You know, baseball, you got to have. They can't have any other job. You got 162 games. And you're playing almost 9 months out of the year. Basketball, you're playing 7 months. But the NFL is like, hold on. If we just pay them for the time that they work. More money in our pockets. Skip, you know
the old expression, penny wise, pound foolish?
Yes.
Remember that?
Oh.
Yes.
This is penny wise. That's what it is. And it's foolish.
I agree with Sean Payton. They should have full-time officials. But I wholeheartedly agree with him and you that you want these subjective calls reviewed.
You got to stop this. You got to have some way to fix this. And you don't want it.
Tell Sean Payton not to throw the ball. How about that? You know what, Sean Payton, you're right. The fans now, they're really smart. So they understand that you should have been running the ball instead of throwing it on first down.
Do you like what happened? You seem like you like it. Like you think it's just part of the fabric of the National Football League. This happens. I don't want to hear this happens. It shouldn't ever happen.
No. Happens. Nah. Happened, ED. It happened. Isolated. Not a normal occurrence.
Why should it ever happen?
Because
we're human.
Yes.
But we can fix being human. Humans can fix human frailty.
Like your first paper you wrote for the newspaper had all them grammatical and run-ons.
No.
I didn't say a word. I read it anyway.
Yeah.
Because I said this one-time thing.
I did not.
I don't think so.
I made all A's at Vanderbilt.
No, you didn't.
I didn't.
I
didn't need a proofreader.
Don't do that. See, there you go.
I didn't need an editor.
There you go.
That's what they always said about me.
Who said that? No, ain't nobody say that. You said that.
Derogatorily. They said, he doesn't want to get edited.
Exactly. I was going to say, I thought you said someone actually, in actuality said that. You probably said that, and your coach got fired at Vanderbilt, too.
Yeah, he did.
0-18.
We're going to have the 4th pick in the draft, Darius Garland. So
no, y'all not having no 4th pick.
That's why my coach got fired. Yeah, fourth pick, and go look at it.
You're just gonna
go
throw
look
that
it
in,
up.
Shannon? Just a reminder.
He got hurt in Game 5. That's why the coach got fired.
Replay on subjective
I don't think this is the last we'll be talking about this. Sean Payton, well, he wants to keep talking about it. He'll be sharing his thoughts. So then we've got Conor McGregor.
Yes, we do.
Is he really done in the octagon? We'll discuss that next. Don't forget, you can check us out every day on the Fox Sports Channel on SiriusXM. We'll be right back.